CBS 12 News at 11. Demands for justice.
No justice! No peace!
And a call for change.
Where are we now on police reform? We're holding officials accountable on their plans for action.
COVID-19 cost a local first responder her job. She may have survived the virus, but the long-term effects are mentally killing her.
Will a vaccine get us back to normal?
Not getting vaccinated and not helping achieve herd immunity is a borderline selfish.
When it comes to a vaccine, there seems to be more questions than answers. CBS 12 News goes straight to the source for the facts.
The news starts now.
Breaking news tonight, Tropical Storm Ada just hours away from making its second landfall in Florida. This is video from Treasure Island tonight. This is on the west coast of Florida near St. Petersburg. You can see just how strong the wind is and the torrential rain falling.
And a live look right now over at Venice Beach. This is in the southwest side of the coast, and you can see the storm surge there. It is coming up to the roadways there, but that is some rough water.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Liz Quidantes.
I'm Jim Grimes. The west coast of Florida now bracing for Ada, as right now many cities are under a state of emergency.
Meteorologist Michael Ehrenberg joins us now. And Michael, will we see any impacts in our area in the next few days?
Well, listen, Jim, we did have some rain bands come through the area during the early evening hours. We can still expect more tomorrow. Ada is a little bit weaker, but still notice a lot of clouds that are enhanced there, causing pounding rain and high winds all across the west coast of Florida. As of last check, Ada's top winds of 65 miles an hour with gusts to 75, moving north at 12, just 55 miles off the coast of St. Petersburg, makes landfall overnight tonight near Cedar Key and Crystal River. It's over Gainesville tomorrow morning off the northeast Florida coast by tomorrow afternoon northeast of Jacksonville, and will be a depression causing wind and rain for South Carolina and North Carolina Friday on into Friday night. Tropical storm warning still in effect for parts of the Florida west coast, and a warning just issued from about Daytona through St. Augustine to Jacksonville and up into South Georgia, because they're going to be seeing some wind and rain as it moves through the area tomorrow. Storm surge alert continues for much of the west coast here. Storm surge could be as high as 3 to 5 feet out there. And you can see rainfall there in the Tampa Bay area between 3 and 6 inches. For us, less than an inch of rain. We're still going to be seeing some rain bands come through. We're all under a marginal risk for severe weather. And even here, we have the chance for some lightning, wind gusts, some flooding, and also isolated spin-up tornadoes. We still have the flood watch, which has been extended again until tomorrow at 7 p.m. with the rain mostly gone for now, but there is rain to the west. There's going to be more forming and moving through the area tomorrow. We'll time it out for you hour by hour when I return a little later on.
Well, lots of closings to tell you about because of Ada. Classes will be closed tomorrow at the University of Florida. Officials there in Gainesville say that the campus offices will also be closed. It should reopen on Friday.
It's been 5 months since a police officer knelt on George Floyd's neck, killing him and sparking calls for police reform nationwide. But has anything really changed? And have local law enforcement agencies altered the way they do their jobs? CBS 12's Jay O'Brien went to find out. He joins us live tonight. Jay?
Yeah, Liz, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't long ago that the streets in West Palm Beach, Delray Beach, and really across our area were seeing protests, in some cases daily. So we wanted to ask activists, police officers, and community leaders tonight if they've seen any changes with policing or if anything is on the horizon.
Yes, I'm back in college.
Wertmeyer Pierre organized many of the protests that enveloped Palm Beach County over the summer, calling for police reform. Do you feel that you got some of that?
No, no. I'm not discouraged. I feel like we do have quite a way to go.
Policing in our area hasn't changed much in the wake of protests this summer, and there's continued mistrust, something Wertmeyer hopes to mend.
They're not really willing to say, yes, we have a problem.
We need to get into those communities and build that trust up again.
John Kazanjian runs the Palm Beach County Police Union. He believes the system is largely working.
Believe it or not, majority of them, especially in Florida, love the police.
In the summer, law enforcement agencies across Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast moved to ban the chokehold and require de-escalation training if they didn't already. And the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office promised body cameras, which haven't yet rolled out. The Martin County Sheriff's Office also doesn't have body cameras. And in the midst of protests, the city of West Palm Beach started a racial equality task force, which Patrick Franklin co-chairs.
If we can prevent an issue from exploding here in West Palm Beach, then this is all part of the process.
The task force, announced in September, is just now starting to take community input. Why does change of this nature take so long?
Because it took so long to get to where we are, okay? This is ingrained in our fabric. It has taken years.
That task force has a meeting on December 5th. That's a Saturday, to hear from the community about what specific things they should be examining in the weeks and months and years to come. I'm Jay O'Brien, CBS 12 News.
The coronavirus is now spreading so quickly, public health experts say it is simply uncontrollable. Many states are starting to bring restrictions back. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo announced starting Friday, bars, restaurants, and gyms must close in-person service at 10 p.m. Governors in at least 7 states have recently asked people to stay home. And nearly all 50 states are reporting increases in new cases compared to 2 weeks ago. And in some, ICU beds are at critically low levels. Only 12 in North Dakota and in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They're full.
Well, from new cases to those who are still recovering, survivors who call themselves long haulers still suffer from the symptoms of coronavirus, and there's really little experts can do to treat them. CBS 12's Lily Ortiz sits down with one woman who's raising awareness, hoping her story leads to a possible cure.
Bischoff got sick with COVID-19 back in March, early on in this pandemic. Now she's not even close to feeling like her old self. Things like climbing a flight of stairs can put her back in bed for days. Karen Bischoff was a healthy firefighter paramedic. She experienced symptoms like shakes, high fever, cough, and shortness of breath after her coronavirus diagnosis back in March. But her life has not returned to normal. Even after tests show the virus is out of her body.
If I stand up for 3 to 5 minutes, I'm going to pass out. So how do I go to work and take care of my son as a single mom?
The World Health Organization says 10% of COVID-19 patients, or hundreds of thousands in the U.S. alone, may fall into the long haulers category and could experience new symptoms like fatigue, heart abnormalities, and brain fog. For Bishop, it's affecting her livelihood. Even simple chores around the house is not an option, and it's affecting her physical and mental health.
I'm very grateful that my son is super self-sufficient, and he's very smart, and he's very helpful. He'll help me clean the house. He'll help me with the laundry.
Doctors have since given her a new diagnosis, but there is little they can do for treatment.
Dysautonomia, which is dysfunction of the autonomic nervous system. Everything that your body does automatically is not functioning properly. So your heart rate, your blood pressure, your breathing, your digestion, all of those things are being affected.
She created a group online to start a conversation. It's a safe place where survivors with lingering symptoms can share their experiences and search for possible solutions.
We kind of are the forgotten bunch. I was blown away by the amount of other people still suffering with COVID for months.
She has since participated in various studies to keep her group informed about the work that is being done to bring them back feeling 100%. But Bischoff says more needs to be done.
What we're really pushing for is comprehensive post-COVID care centers. You would see all your doctors, you would have all of your tests, and they would basically plan together to try and figure out what they can do for you.
I'm Lily Ortiz, CBS 12 News.
Fort Pierce High School is closing its campus as cases among students spike along the Treasure Coast. John Carroll Catholic High School is closed until after Thanksgiving after 9 students tested positive. The school will now be completely virtual until after November 30th.
Well, of course, our daily reporting this year has really revolved around the virus. And right now, the question on most people's minds is, when will we have a vaccine?
Our Stephanie Valderrama reports tonight. Many of those answers lie right here in our own backyard.
COVID-19 vaccines are in stage 3 human trials all over the world. But right now, there are still so many questions. Which will get the FDA approval first, and when? How many doses will we need? 1 or 2? How long will it take to work, and will everyone be required to take it? If not, what percentage of people would have to be vaccinated in order to control the virus? Would you get the vaccine if and when it's approved?
No.
Local business owner Andrew Leidner is no anti-vaxxer, but he's not sold on a COVID-19 vaccine.
The real concerns that I have with this are the fact that it's coming to market so fast.
The Rapid Development Program is part of Operation Warp Speed, which has accelerated the process for companies to create a safe and effective coronavirus vaccine.
I don't think that the FDA would do anything to short circuit, what's safe, what's effective. In fact, I know they would.
Some of the biggest names in the pharmaceutical industry are conducting human trials right here in West Palm Beach. AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson trials were both put on hold after a volunteer experienced a serious medical problem. The FDA has since authorized those studies to resume, but their timelines have been pushed back. Dr. Larry Bush, AstraZeneca's principal investigator here, is confident they will have a positive outcome soon.
Personally, I think the vaccine could be completed, reviewed, and get early authorization if it's effective and safe before the end of December. That's, just my opinion.
Dr. Ovin Carrasquillo, who's leading the Johnson & Johnson study at the University of Miami, couldn't confidently say when their single-dose vaccine might be ready.
They want at least 2 months of follow-up data before they'll approve the study.
Moderna, which is testing a 2-dose vaccine, hasn't had any serious complications, according to their lead investigator.
The side effects that people were experiencing were vaccine side effects, which we've all experienced when you get a vaccine.
U.S. health officials remain optimistic we could have an approved vaccine by the end of the year, but there's no guarantee people will take it.
Until there is a foolproof way to know that that vaccine is completely safe, no matter where it comes from, I'm going to abstain from getting it.
That mindset, our local experts tell CBS 12 News, could have consequences for all of us.
People have to trust the scientific process. My hope is that everyone takes the vaccine. I'm certainly hoping for 100%, but certainly want coverage rates above 70% for the entire population.
Not getting vaccinated and not helping achieve herd immunity and extinguishing diseases and viruses is a borderline selfish.
We don't need 100% of people to get the vaccine in order to stop the virus, but to achieve so-called herd immunity, something close to 3 out of 4 people have to be immune, either because they were infected and now have antibodies or have been vaccinated. That prevents the virus from being able to spread through the population and find those people who are not protected. Stephanie Valderrama, CBS 12 News.
Next at 11, President-elect Joe Biden is working to fill the White House tonight, his first personnel pick to join his administration.
Plus, the search is on not for just 2, but now 3 missing children out of Vero Beach, the even larger problem deputies are concerned about.
Then honoring our veterans today, one local vet was honored in a big way with her very own statue. We'll tell you where. Breaking news tonight at 11, President-elect Joe Biden has chosen his chief of staff. A formal announcement is set for tomorrow, but officials familiar with the decision say Ron Klain has accepted the job. Klain served as Joe Biden's chief of staff during the opening years of his vice presidency. President-elect Biden is also narrowing down the rest of his senior team of West Wing advisors. Some announcements are possible before the end of the week.
Well, new tonight, the search is on for now 3 missing kids from a youth home over in Vero Beach, and deputies are concerned that the children who went missing from this home happens all too often, according to them. Indian River County Sheriff detectives now say trying to find a 15-year-old, a 13-year-old, and another girl who they went missing last night. Now they're also searching for another young lady who apparently disappeared this morning. Those 3 ran away from Hibiscus Children's Center. Sheriff's-elect there says that often teens from other parts of that state are sent there by judges and DCF. He says the sheriff's office has responded to that facility hundreds of times a year, mostly for runaways and physical disturbances. It's been frustrating.
We understand that DCF needs a place to take those children. What we don't need is problems from other counties brought here to Indian River County to cause more problems here.
Well, the Hibiscus Children's Center sent us a statement. It reads in part that we are grateful to law enforcement for their partnership and assistance in working with high-risk youth who desperately need structure and guidance.
There were virtual Veterans Day celebrations and ceremonies all across the nation today, but one local man says in the time of COVID, it's more important than ever that vets make the effort to maintain social contact and gather in person, especially when remembering those who gave their lives in service. CBS 12's Lexi Nall spoke to the founder of the Great Team Rehab Center in Boca Raton, where veterans dealing with PTSD and similar challenges come together to share stories and the unique burdens they carry.
We have to make the decision that we want to bring veterans together, especially on a day like this, because they need to feel like they're part of something.
When Kerry Reichbach opened the Gray Team Center for Veterans, he wanted it to be a safe place where vets could come and exercise, get therapy, talk, and just spend time around others who understand where they've been and what they're going through.
But veterans themselves tend to isolate because they feel like nobody understands them when they come back to this country after war. And being forced to not be able to congregate or have any type of community just reinforces that isolation, and it leads to depression, anxiety, and what we try to prevent at Gray Team, suicide.
Kerry participated in virtual ceremonies today, like the one the city of Boca Raton streamed on Facebook. But he says it's critical that former service members have a place to come and gather face to face, especially on a day when difficult memories can feel overwhelming, even more so when you're alone.
You know, suicide is inherently much worse and more permanent than possibly catching COVID.
Today, Kerry organized an in-person event at the center and says on Veterans Day, the rest of us should never forget the real power in simply saying thank you to those who have served.
And it's especially important, you know, that veterans understand that, you know, that big gap that they usually feel between civilians and themselves has been kind of closed up on a day like today, and they feel appreciated.
You can learn more about Gray Team and Kerry's mission on our website, cbs12.com. Reporting in Boca Raton, I'm Lexi Nall reporting.
To those on active duty and to our proud veterans, thank you for your service from all of us here at CBS 12 News.
How about this? A local retired Coast Guard swimmer got quite a thank you for this Veterans Day. Sarah Faulkner, one of the first female Coast Guard swimmers, spent the day in Colorado where they dedicated an 8-foot bronze statue to her. Faulkner lives in the acreage, flew home tonight from the dedication. Now, during Hurricane Katrina, her aircrew team managed to rescue 48 people in just one night. She was also nominated for Exceptional Bravery at Sea. It's an award for rescuing 3 people from a sailboat during another storm.
Congratulations, Sarah. All right, turning now back to weather. I know that the West Coast is bracing for landfall, but even we're feeling some of those outer bands from Ada.
Yeah, we certainly are, Liz. We had a big band go through the area during the early evening hours with significant weather advisories up. We still see lighter rain here. The heaviest rain, though, associated with the landfalling Ada up there. It's going to make landfall well after midnight tonight. Most of the heavy rain over with for now. We are seeing a little bit of light shower activity across western parts of Palm Beach County. Some sprinkles, some light rain moving back into western Indian River, St. Lucie County, moving towards Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie, Vero Beach, and Sebastian. So that's going to continue overnight and on into tomorrow. Heavy at times, sometimes light, sometimes dry. We still have that pesky flood watch in effect. It was extended again until 7 o'clock tomorrow for eastern Palm Beach County and areas south. West Palm now 77 with just 8/100ths of an inch of rain at the airport today. Not a lot. There goes Ada moving ashore well after midnight tonight. We do again see occasional rain bands forming, coming through the area, large dry patches, and then you get another one popping up. There's 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Then we go ahead to 6 p.m. Now, with Ada finally offshore tomorrow night, that is when the drier air will finally be coming into South Florida. Additional rainfall, though, through tomorrow, anywhere from 1/3 up to about 2/3 of an inch, give or take. So not a lot, but still, it could be a fair amount in places. Temperatures will start in the mid to upper 70s in the morning tomorrow, rise into the low to mid 80s, and there's still a 60% chance that you get wet where you are, so have that umbrella handy. Small craft advisories for boaters, still kind of windy out there. South-southeast 15 to 25. sunshine with your seas from 3 to 6 feet. So we get rid of the moisture, and oh, look at this. The dry air begins to come in Friday. Rain chances will go down to 30% then, and just 10 to 20% as we head on into your weekend. Of course, we have other systems we're talking about tonight. We've got Tropical Storm Theta and Invest 98L. 90% chance of development as it moves across the Caribbean. We think it'll still stay south of the area. The next name on the Greek list is Iota, so that's going to be it. Then there's Cap and Lambda. We also have Tropical Storm Theta. That's going to just slowly wind down in the cold waters of the far eastern Atlantic. So tonight, cloudy. Again, some scattered showers, downpours here. They're still windy, 75 to 60% rain chance. So be advised you're going to get wet at times with a high of 83, but there'll be some sunny breaks too. 70 forecast for the weekend's always in view. Oh, looking good here for a change. 10 to 20% chance for rain, lots of sunshine. A cool front drops it into the pleasant 70s next Tuesday, Wednesday. We're back in a moment.
Hubbard Radio Stations, proud sponsors of the CBS 12 News Network, the one to turn to. Now, the South Florida Honda Sports Report.
Yesterday, we saw John Rahm make the most incredible hole-in-one during his Masters practice round by skipping his ball across the water on 16. But even that did not compare to the hole-in-one we witnessed just 2 years ago during the par 3 contest at Augusta National.
You know, you're a father and you're watching your son at the biggest stage in golf.
Gary Nicklaus was used to watching his father, six-time Masters champion Jack Nicklaus, pull off greatness at Augusta National. But when he got to witness his son, GT, create a Masters moment of his own, with his grandfather, the Golden Bear, by his side, that was truly a golden moment. Premonition may have been what prompted Gary Nicklaus to be in place and filming right as his son teed off on par 3, hole number 9.
Someone gave us their seat. You couldn't use your phones to film, so I stopped by, you know, like a Walmart or something, or on the way to the golf course to buy a camera. And I'm sitting back there videoing this shot, and I'm watching it, and you know it's going, and I zoom in, and you know I could see the ball go in the hole, and all of a sudden the camera starts shaking, and everybody's yelling, and everybody's screaming. It was the most surreal moment. It was fantastic. I was so proud of him and the way he handled it, and just a lot of fun.
Well, the Masters tees off early tomorrow morning. You can watch the Masters this Saturday and Sunday right here on CBS 12. More coverage, including Wellington native Brooks Koepka's plan at CBS12.com. Dolphins rookie quarterback Tua Tagovailoa gave his head coach Brian Flores the game ball this past Sunday, grateful that Flores gave him a chance after hip surgery. It's been almost a year since Tua's college career ended abruptly with that injury to his hip, an injury that kept some NFL teams away from the concept of possibly drafting him. The Dolphins thankful they picked him 5th overall, picking up momentum week after week. Now he'll have to adjust to a game without top receiver Preston Williams, who's been placed on injured reserve with a foot injury.
It's tough losing someone like Preston, who's kind of been a game changer, you know, for us while he's been in there. I mean, it's next man up.
Watch Tua's 3rd NFL start this Sunday right here on CBS 12. Dolphins and Chargers kick off at 4 p.m.
All right, the commute tomorrow morning looking partly cloudy, partly sunny. Some of you getting a little shower downpour. We do have a 60% chance for spotty showers and storms tomorrow with high temperatures in the low 80s. Still kind of gusty out there. South-southeast 15 to 25 as a few rain bands continue to circulate around Tropical Storm Eta, which will be moving through North Florida. Rain chances begin to go down Friday. That is the transition day, paving the way for a nice weekend with lots of sunshine. And look at this, a cool front drops our highs into the 70s next Tuesday, Wednesday.
All right, so you're saying there's a chance we'll get some sunshine tomorrow.
Saying
I
there's
like
a
that.
chance.
I'll take a chance.
There's a chance.
That's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to join Matt Link and Ashley Glass for CBS 12 News this morning. It starts at 4:30 a.m.
Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.